Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
A string of robberies overnight, criminals hitting several convenience stores, and police think they may be related. We'll have the latest.
A grim new report says there have been more than one mass shootings per day this year in the U.S. 17's Vanessa Dillon breaks down the devastating statistic and how it compares to years past.
Today's the day. Bundle up, grab some cocoa, and get ready to celebrate the season at the Bakersfield Christmas Parade. We'll have a preview and what you need to know on this Thursday, December 5th, 2019. Good morning. Great to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. And I think what everyone's going to want to know is the rain continuing for tonight?
Because it was definitely wet yesterday. Let's turn things over to Kevin Charette, who's got a look at your forecast on this Thursday.
And I still hold on to the forecast of saying no. You will be dry for the wonderful Christmas parade that'll be downtown tonight, so we hope that you'll join us. We did see some clearing overnight, as you can see here. And with that clearing, we have a little bit of fog, mainly to the north right now. Mercedes is zero visibility. In Bakersfield, we're still looking good. If you're going to be traveling along like Truxton Extension, we do have some patchy fog there. So it's really going to be patchy at best. We'll continue to watch it. There is a dense fog advisory in place for our area through 10 a.m. this morning. So just keep that in mind that some areas may have a little bit of fog to start off your morning. 48 degrees on the temperature right now. A calm wind out there with our rain, 0.20 inches in the gauge. That's all we picked up with the last storm. And we'll look at a little fog to start in 48 degrees at 7 a.m. Lower 60s this afternoon and increasing clouds throughout the day, but remaining dry tonight. Tehachapi, 36 right now, a westerly wind at 3. Visibility is good. And as we take a look at the day, we'll start out with some sunshine and then increasing clouds throughout the day. Temperatures expected in the upper 40s today. I'll have much more on your forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. But first, let's get a check on the morning commute with Alex.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Taking you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 at Airport Drive. And it's looking pretty clear on that side of town. Everything else around the county looking great to start off your Thursday morning. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes.
While you were sleeping, a 3.9 magnitude earthquake hit Ridgecrest. It hit just before 1 this morning. Less than 2 hours later, a smaller earthquake hit not far from the area. That was a 3.0. These earthquakes come exactly a week after a 3.7 magnitude quake hit Ridgecrest Thanksgiving evening. And it was 5 months ago today that Ridgecrest felt a 7.1 magnitude quake. That tremor came after a 6.4 shock that happened on the 4th of July. Seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones assured smaller earthquakes like this one this morning are normal. She adds the Ridgecrest area could see earthquakes up to magnitude 5 for several more years as a result of the July quakes.
Also new this morning, Bakersfield Police is looking for 2 men suspected of robbing several different locations around town. Both robberies happened last night. The first robbery took place at the AM/PM on Monterey Street around 7:45. At around 9 p.m., another robbery was reported at a 7-Eleven on Columbus Street. No one was hurt in either of those robberies. Police believe the 2 robberies are connected. Officers are also investigating a third robbery that happened on California Avenue and Tulare Street. 1 person was hurt during that robbery.
Bakersfield police now have a name to go with the man suspected of trying to rape a woman in Southwest Bakersfield. BPD released a composite sketch of the suspect on the left side of your screen on Tuesday. And then on yesterday, they identified the suspect as Byron Willis. Willis is pictured on the right. BPD says Willis is accused of attacking a woman inside an apartment on Ming Avenue near New Stein Road. Willis is 5'9", about 200 pounds. If you know where he is, call BPD at 327-7111.
It is an issue we care deeply about in Kern County, homelessness. And the governor committed millions to help fight it here in Kern County. Governor Newsom's office announced yesterday more than $500 million of emergency aid will be provided to specific counties across the state. That includes Kern. About $36 million will go to Kern, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Newsom says cities and counties can apply to start spending most of that funding immediately to avoid federal roadblocks.
Optimizing the use of local groundwater will be the topic of discussion at a special meeting this morning. It's set for 9 a.m. The Kern River Groundwater Sustainability Agency will meet to discuss the groundwater sustainability plan. The goal is to support current uses of groundwater like agriculture. That meeting's taking place at 1600 Truxton Avenue in Conference Room A. Well, are you in the Christmas spirit yet? Today's the day if you're looking for something fun and festive to do. The downtown Bakersfield Christmas Parade starts at 6 p.m. at 21st and L Streets, right outside of our studios. Just look for that big old Christmas tree on top of our studio. And here's the route. Floats will go down L Street, take a right down 20th, then head left on G, and then head back up. The parade turns onto 20th there and ends at N Street. BPD will have signs in downtown warning you where you cannot park. In fact, I saw them putting up those signs just the other day. Anyone parked inside the route by 5 p.m. will be towed. BPD says even if you're not on the parade route, your car could be stuck until the parade is over if you're here in downtown. Also happening this week, the Delano Christmas Parade. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Main Street in downtown Delano.
That's exciting. All right, well, there are several more parades scheduled this month, and we've got the list on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon. Our 17 Days of Christmas Toy Drive is in full swing. Here's a look at our lobby, and we will collect toys until December 17th. The toys will benefit children and teens through the Bakersfield Homeless Center and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kern County. You can drop off new unwrapped gifts at our studios here at 2120 L Street from 8 a.m. until 5 o'clock, or you can head to the Homeless Center on East Truxton Avenue or the Boys and Girls Club on Niles Street.
Already starting to pile up out there.
Yeah, I was actually kind of shocked to see how many toys that we've
That's
received.
That's fantastic.
But again, we want to stress how many kids rely on this toy drive. So if you can, come on down, donate a toy or a couple, and don't forget the teens.
It's not just families who live at the homeless center or the Boys and Girls Club, but often it's families who have recently moved out of the homeless center and are still trying to get on their feet. So this really helps make Christmas special for them.
All right, well, still to come this morning on Sunrise, a deer in the Bay Area was definitely not feeling the holiday spirit.
Poor thing. The decorations he got all wrapped up in when we come back.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Welcome back. Christmas is less than 3 weeks away, and North Korea says it is up to America to decide what kind of gift it will get after warning the U.S. has until the end of the year to soften its negotiating strategy amid stalled nuclear talks.
And as Will Ripley reports, leader Kim Jong-un could be hinting at a big announcement with a horseback ride.
North Korea's diplomatic thaw looking more like a deep freeze. New images show Kim Jong-un riding a white horse, touring snow-covered battle sites on Mount Paektu, his second visit to the sacred mountain in 2 months.
Our general is really a person who heaven sent to us.
2 years ago, I visited Mount Paektu. North Koreans believe Kim's father was born here. Kim has a track record of visiting the sacred site before making big announcements.
Whenever he goes up to this Mount Paektu, he does something, to give a shock to the rest of the world.
The shock of short-range missile launches is wearing off. Last week, the 13th weapons test this year, a year that began with diplomatic disappointment, the collapse of summit talks in Vietnam. We've seen more than a dozen launches since the failed Hanoi summit. Why do you think Kim keeps doing this?
He thinks that he can pressure the U.S. a little bit by little bit, escalating on this front.
Those escalations don't seem to faze U.S. President Donald Trump.
Like sending rockets up, doesn't he? That's why I call him Rocket Man. I like him, he likes me.
On Tuesday, Trump expressed confidence in diplomacy. Time to strike a deal may be running out. North Korea gave the U.S. an ultimatum, a breakthrough by the end of the year. That's less than a month away. Their latest cryptic warning came just this week. It says it's entirely up to the U.S. what Christmas gift it will select.
They're certainly going to make some sort of political statement, around Christmas.
Even President Trump's point man on North Korea admits the new year,
they will be met with fire and fury
could revive old tensions.
I can imagine that we could see a possibility of going back to some of the more provocative steps that preceded the start of this diplomacy to begin with.
Provocative steps that could include nuclear and long-range missile testing. President Trump's 3 face-to-face meetings with Kim failed to resolve the most sensitive issue, sanctions. This U.S. computer expert is accused of traveling to Pyongyang, advising North Koreans how to avoid sanctions using cryptocurrency. That's a violation of U.S. law. Virgil Griffith's lawyer disputes the allegations and says his client looks forward to his day in court. Kim is urging North Koreans to build a self-reliant economy, immune from sanctions. Everyone who lives in this new town helped build it. North Koreans are being told to brace themselves for what could be a long standoff. Will Ripley, CNN.
Presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg has been ramping up his efforts to gain the support of black voters in recent weeks. But last night, an event in his hometown was disrupted by Black Lives Matter protesters. African-American leaders had gathered to show support for the South Bend mayor, but a Black Lives Matter protester grabbed the mic from a South Bend city council member and started demanding to know who organized the event. Officials say the intention was not to endorse Buttigieg, but to talk about the role he's played as the mayor of South Bend. The situation escalated. The protester was escorted from the room as others chanted their disapproval. Recent polls show Buttigieg trailing other Democratic candidates in terms of African-American support. Making news around our state, a lot of people decorate their homes with lights for Christmas, but they don't often think about how those decorations impact animals. Up in the Bay Area, a deer got its antlers tangled in some Christmas lights. Take a look. Here's a picture of that poor guy. You can see just how tangled he got. His antlers nearly completely covered in lights. Seems very festive, though. And while this might be the first time you've seen something like this, Cindy Machado says it happens more than you'd think.
We find wildlife often get tangled up in a variety of objects, but deer with antlers, it seems to be a thing we can depend on happening each year.
The Humane Society also said the deer was not likely to hurt by the lights, just annoyed, and that his problem will go away when he sheds his antlers.
It just looks like a yard decor, you know?
Yeah, he looks like she put him there or something, though. I mean, it's kind of covering his face.
Yeah, just imagine if the lights were on.
What a pain. Poor guy.
Wow, that is quite the picture. That's a lot of lights, too. All right, well, still to come this morning on Sunrise. High homeowners insurance rates got you down?
Coming up, a consumer reporter, Stacey Johnson, tells you how to get the best deals.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Some people don't like revealing their age, but if you're thinking about signing up for Instagram, you'll have to give it up. From now on, the social media app will ask new users their date of birth. Previously, Instagram users were required to confirm they were 13 years old or older when signing up, but they didn't have to provide an exact birthday. The social media site's doing it to help keep young people safer and enable more age-appropriate experiences overall. Instagram also expects ad targeting to become more accurate as a result of the change. This could be especially important for product categories limited to certain ages, such as alcohol and gambling. Well, this holiday ad for an exercise bike is not going over well with some social media critics. The Peloton commercial features a woman who appears to be in good shape recording a video blog after her husband gives her a Peloton for Christmas. She talks about being nervous to begin an exercise routine, but after a year, she's thrilled with her progress. Critics say the ad is sexist and peddles negative body image and bad marital dynamics. They've also commented that the woman in the commercial looks terrified. Peloton defends the ad, saying many people have reached out to share their similar stories. The bike runs more than $2,200, which can be paid in installments. Virtual classes are $39 a month. Insurance may be necessary, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Money expert Stacey Johnson has some advice on reviewing your homeowner's policy and how it could save you hundreds next year.
With visions of sugar plums dancing in your head, it's hard to focus on mundane things like insurance. But reviewing your insurance, like your homeowner's insurance, every year is really important. Is it boring? Okay, fine. It's a little boring. But saving 20% on your premiums isn't boring. First thing you need to look at, your deductible. The more loss you'll pay, the less your insurance will cost. Raising your deductible from $250 to $1,000 could slash your premium by 10 to 30%. That's a lot of savings without a lot of extra risk. Other ways to save? Check for multi-line discounts. That's insuring your house and car with the same company. And don't over-insure. If you paid $200,000 for your house, you don't need to insure it for $200,000 because the lot it's sitting on isn't going to burn down. So what you want to do is insure the value of your home, not your lot. Thousands of fires are caused nationwide every year by smoking. Some companies offer non-smoking discounts. See if yours is one. And speaking of discounts, there are lots of other ones out there. Senior discounts, discounts for adding a burglar alarm. What discounts can you get? You're not going to know until you ask. Then there's shopping. Most of us shop for milk or gas harder than we do for insurance. And that's nuts. What you've got to do every year, or at least every 2 years, is make sure you're getting the best deal. Hop online. The internet makes shopping simple. Now what you need is some more ideas to conduct your own insurance review. And that's cool because they're waiting for you right here at MoneyTalksNews.com. Just do a search for home insurance. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.